Playoffs action continues here in Paco Arena, Manila, as the Signal HD Spikers would like to get back at their tormentors from the preliminary round, the Santa Elena Ball Hammers, in their first match of their best-of-3 semi-final series. Once again, it's Signal HD Spikers going up against the Santa Elena Ball Hammers. Volleyball fans, welcome to your Spikers Turf 2019 Reinforced Conference. Chick Ray is here with Neil Flores here in Paco Arena in Manila. And you guys are watching us on One Sports. And Neil, we mentioned it already, the unblemished, once upon a time, unblemished record of Signal. They got their first defeat, their first loss against the Ball Hammers.
That's why this is an exciting game. This is going to be a rematch between Signal and Santa Elena. Win-loss records from the preliminaries will be wiped clean. Iba ng labanan dito, Sir Chiki, dahil finals na ang pinaglalabanan natin.
Let's take a quick look at our bracket here. Ano bang storya? Sino yung apat na umabante dito sa ating Spikers Turf Reinforced Conference?
Signal ranked number 1 after the preliminaries. They will be going up against the number 4 seeded team in Santa Elena. A while ago, the Air Force won against PLDT.
Now, paano ba umabot ang Signal HD Spikers? We'll show you their road to the semis because they were doing okay up until that meeting against the Ball Hammers.
Actually, in that game, nagulat rin tayo because we thought that Signal will also get that game, but Santa Elena really showed heart as they beat Signal in 4 sets.
Now, apart from Espejo and Marasigan, who else are we going to look forward to here from the HD Spikers, Neil?
Well, of course, Peter Torres, when he was injected in that crucial third set, they actually got that set against Santa Elena. So I'm thinking Coach Dexter will field him in agad-agad dito sa first set pa lang.
Now, the Santa Elena Ball Hammers, it wasn't really a smooth road to the semis. Let's talk about that road to the semifinals because they had to hurdle one tough opponent in the Philippine Army.
Well, you know, they finished with a 7-4 record. They were the only team to beat the RP team and Signal HD. And Edward Campusana is actually their best scorer currently with already 146 attacks, 9 blocks, and 13 aces.
Now, apart from Edward and Angelo that you guys are seeing on your screen, sino naman ang sasandalan pa ng Santa Elena?
Well, if Santa Elena wants to get this game, they really have to activate their middle blockers because they're putting premium in their wing spikers also.
Now, folks, we will take a very, very quick break. When we come back, game number 1 of the semis between Signal and Santa Elena.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Fernando Velarde, and second referee, Mr. Roberto Javier. Let's now meet the starting lineup for the Signal HD Spikers. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 8, Israel Wilson Marasigan. At number 5, Edmar Bonono. Number 9, Vince Rafael Mangulabnan. Number 10, Wendell Miguel. At number 11, Angelino Jose Pertiera. and number 14, John Paul Bugawan. Starting libero is number 13, Manuel Sumangued III, with head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamore. Let's now meet the starting six for the Santa Elena Ballhammers. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 9, James Martin Natividad. At number 5, Chris Van Ponte. Number 7, Angelo Nicolas Almendras. At number 11, Edward Camposano. Number 13, Joshua Retamar. And number 14, Berhashidin Daimil. Starting libero is number 15, Ricky Marcos. With head coach, Mr. Ariel De La Cruz. This is game 1 of the semifinals round. Good luck to both teams.
And there you have it, our starters. It's Marasigan, Pertiera, Bonono, Miguel, Bugawan, Mangulabnan, and Sumagi, the starting libero for the Signal HD Spikers, coached by Coach Dexter Clamore. On the other side, for the Ballhammers, it's Natividad, Ponte, Camposano, Almendras, Daimil, Retamar, and Ricky Marcos, the starting libero, coached by Coach Ariel Dong De La Cruz. Semis, game 1, number 1 Signal meeting number 4 Santa Elena, only here on One Sports. I love it.
I love it too.
Our turf, our time. And we haven't even started. Neil and I are already sitting at the edge of our seats here. Let's go with a trip down memory lane. A few weeks back, Santa Elena, again, as mentioned, top of the coverage, they gave Signal their first loss.
Yes, sabi ko nga, Chiki, on top of this coverage, Santa Elena really has solid wing spikers. So even though mawalan sila ng receive at any point in time, may pupuntahan itong si Retamar.
But you also mentioned to me that you've seen champion teams, number 1 teams, when they are dealt with their first loss, it's dangerous to meet them again because it's vengeance that they have in their hearts right now.
Most definitely, for sure, gigil makabawi itong Signal HD Spikers sa Santa Elena. But in this first set, Coach Dexter will not be using Mark Espejo, Peter Torres, and Rex Intal dahil kakabalik lang nila from a bronze finish sa ating SELEC Invitational Tournament in Thailand.
So congratulations to our team. Third place, we got the bronze, and we are all giddy and excited on what we have to offer in the coming SEA Games. You mentioned that, right?
Yes, in the coming SEA Games, I am sure malaking tsansa na makapag-podium finish itong ating Philippine team sa men's volleyball.
And as we see this point by Natividad, let me say this. I know you're going to agree with me. Thank you to the organizers of Spikers Turf because of this great platform that you did na-enhance yung skills ng ating national team. At dahil dyan, malaki ang chance natin in that coming Southeast Asian Games.
Of course, we want to thank Sir Ricky Palu.
Yes, Mr. Palu.
Miss Eleanor, Tita Mozi Ravena for really organizing Spikers Turf. And good news to all of our viewers. A few weeks after this reinforced conference, magkakaroon na tayo ng open conference which we will be having a lot more teams.
And that's good news for us too.
That's really good news.
More coverage. Oh! That one just goes out too strong. A little bit wide there for Bugawan.
Itong mga naiwan sa Signal HD, for sure, ito yung ginagamit ni Coach Dexter sa training habang wala pa sila Mark Espejo. So he will be sticking to this lineup. But in the event, nakakailanganin niya na yung services ng core team niya. I won't be surprised if they get fielded in early in this first set.
And if you are, as you mentioned, these gentlemen who filled in the spots, gusto mong patunayan kay Coach Dex that you deserve to play longer in the semifinal series and even in the finals if they make it.
Of course, you want to showcase your talents para at any point in time, Coach Dexter can call your number and provide points for the team.
Now, Almendras provided that point there for the Ballhammers, giving them a 1-point lead, 4-3.
And that's the deadly troika here for Santa Elena. It's Almendras, Natividad, and Edward Camposano all on the wings. So heavy attacking from those sides.
Remember those 3 names that Neil mentioned. Over-receive here. And there's a net violation coming from Signal. Mangulabnan apologizing quickly to Coach Dexter.
Santa Elena will grab the lead early on.
If you're Santa Elena naman, you would feed off from that victory against Signal. But you remember that and try to do a repeat or make a repeat of that performance.
And look, like what I told you earlier on, for a collegiate team to reach the Final Four
Yes.
in a semi-pro league like the Spikers serve, that says a lot about their program. And they're really using this as exposure and experience for their upcoming collegiate wars. So kung mag-finals pa sila dito, that's going to be a big boost for National University.
But those 2 seats in the finals, in that bus to the finals, di pa natin lang sinong papasok dyan. 5-4, Santa Elena up by 1 point here. Signal chance to tie, and they do.
Edward Bonono from the open hit. This is going to be a big confidence booster for the second stringers of Signal if they win this first set.
Now, if you're Santa Elena, you're going up against, as you mentioned, the second unit. That would be added pressure to you kung makuha sa'yo yung first set, di ba?
Yes, lalo na later. For sure, maglalaro pa rin naman itong sila Mark Espejo.
Almendras and the rest of the ball hammers asking for a check ball. They were denied by it. According to first referee Fernando, it's out. HE Spikers up by a point, 6-5. Wendell Miguel about to serve here for Signal. Sleeper of a serve there. Daimil failing to score off that quick one.
That's too low for Daimil. When you look at the Spikers of Santa Elena, matatangkad rin talaga.
Oh yeah.
So you can't give them low balls.
Kailangan na within their na pag nag-wind sila ng kamay, abot pa rin eh. Ricky Marcos there. Very vocal on this side of the court for Santa Elena. Oh, service error coming from Wendell Miguel.
Talking about Ricky Marcos, he was also part of that RP team that was sent to Thailand. Kaya naman, this is a good matchup in the libero position. Manuel Sumanggid against Ricky Marcos. Both equally talented liberos of our league.
Of course, Manuel wearing number 13, Ricky wearing number 15. Did it touch the corner pocket? It did not. So we are tied at 7.
Vince Mangalubnan tried to go for that corner pocket but overshoots his mark.
I was sort of expecting this as well. This close start. I don't know in the middle part, but at least in the beginning it will be close. Ooh, zone 1 open. And that gives Signal a 1 point lead. 8-7 here in set number 1. We go to our first technical timeout.
Wag two-man receive. Tatlo talaga. Balance talaga. And then, Wendell, sa si Wendell. Pagka mag-service, malakas mag-serve. Pag malakas mag-serve, Camposanong umatras. Hindi naman bumababa kagad eh. Umatras para mag-out. Go, let's go. Tuloy.
Hey, let's go, guys! Hey, Signal! Awesome! One day, let's go!
Coach Ariel de la Cruz and the rest of the Santa Elena ball hammers, they're hoping that they could do a repeat of their successful win against Signal HE Spikers in the preliminary round. But on the other side, Coach Dexter Clamore and the rest of the HE Spikers, they want vengeance. They want to get that first game here in their best of 3.
In their first meeting, Santa Elena got the first 2 sets. Tapos third set na nakabawi itong Signal HD. So they don't want to be in that position again.
Hirap, even if you say that it resets back to 0-0, that mental component of it, you're down 0-2. You're supposed to be the number 1.
But that's the good thing about losing early on in this competition.
Yan.
Mas okay nang natalo
Yes.
ka ng preliminaries compared to losing here in the semifinals.
I know. And we unfortunately, some teams had to go through that, right? When then they had to win, and then unfortunately they lost in those important matches. Signal up by a point, 9-8. Ball hammers, they have that chance to score, and they do, courtesy of Daimil.
And that's the key to victory for Santa Elena, because 70% of their balls, it will go to the open and the outside. I mean open and the opposite side of the court, rather.
Tied at 9 here in set number 1. It's Daimel serving. Back set. And what happened there?
Edmar Bonono tried to go for that hit, but he was off timing already.
So the lead swings back to Santa Elena 10-9. Garcia takes the place of Bonono.
Hindi naman ang kagandahan sa bench ng Signal HD. There's an influx of talent there. Jude Garcia, every time he gets injected into the court, he provides quality minutes and yung kailangan na puntos na ibibigay niya talaga for Coach Dexter.
That's what you like if you have, you know, those utility men, anytime that you call their number, willing to respond and play. And that's Jude Garcia there wearing jersey number 7. Tied at 10. Good loaded serve there. Camposano goes cross court, but it's out.
Wild ball from Edward Camposano. Medyo walang spin yung bola as it sails outside.
Lead goes back to Signal 11-10. Still Jude Garcia serving here for the HD Spikers. Another good loaded serve. Camposano this time calibrating that attack.
What a cannon from Edward Camposano. Squeezing through the double block of the Signal HD Spikers.
I like the term that you used there, cannon, because it is indeed a cannon.
Although there were 2 blockers already in Isay Marasigan and Anjo Portiera, it wasn't enough to stop Edward Camposano's attack. Just imagine, Chiki, we're just in the first game of our semifinals. So ganito na yung quality na binibigay ng mga manlalaro natin.
Oh, it will go this way, Neil. If this goes 3 games, ganito to hanggang dulo.
And I'm expecting a jam-packed Paco Arena this coming Sunday for the game 2 of our semifinals round.
Thank you for mentioning that. We are inviting you guys as early as now to go here on a Sunday. It's a well air-conditioned arena. It's very nice, easy to go to. 12-11, Santa Elena up by a point. Marasigan overcooking that attack. It's a 2-point lead for the Ballhammers.
Errors starting to pile up for the Signal HD Spikers.
13-11. Still Retamar serving here for Santa Elena. Mangulabdan, set up job. Garcia, too strong, too wide.
And Jude Garcia was just under that ball.
Now the lead of Santa Elena has gone up to 3. Let's listen into the huddle by Signal.
Single block, tapos walang block. Nagigigil tayo, nagigigil. Okay naman diskarte, pero kailangan si Anjo muna. Dito si Anjo, dito Anjo. Weak lang muna, yung simple lang kanina. Weak, pwedeng tres kaliwa. Kailangan nasa gitna si Ponte, maliit. So again, weak, tres kaliwa. Sino doon sa kabila? Si Wendell, so open. Okay, again, quick tres kaliwa. Simple lang, play 6 tayo, let's go.
Hey, let's go, come on. Hey, Signal!
Well, Coach Dexter called it right. He likes the aggressiveness, pero gusto niya ng controlled gigil.
Lalo na't gigil na gigil talaga silang makabawi because Santa Elena was the only team to beat them. For sure, they're raring to win this game. Lalo na, for sure, mas gusto nila na straight sets pa.
And I have to agree with Coach Dex. Kita mo naman, they're trying to really pound that ball, hit that ball, pero over-gigil lang. At the net, the captain scoring again for Santa Elena.
He didn't force the issue. He just pushed that off the hands of Wendell Miguel for an instant point para dito sa Santa Elena. Ballhammers, 4 points up against Signal.
15-11. The blue and yellow looking good here in set 1. Mangulabnan, set up job, quick one, and it worked for Pertiera.
Anjo Pertiera off the adjustment. I can see Mark Espejo warming up on the sidelines. He's ready to go in.
That would be interesting, Neil, once Coach Dexter puts in those hard hitters. How will Santa Elena respond? But meantime, they're responding well here in set 1. They're up by 3. Look at that. Ricky Marcos, after scoring, apologizing to the bench for that over-received. It turned into gold. 16-12, Santa Elena up by 4. We'll go to our second technical timeout.
opensa natin, pag naka-receive kayo, kaya-kaya natin yan. Okay? It's good. Sige, sige.
Go, bawi tayo. Go! Hey, signal! Signal!
Games on Sunday, you mentioned this, Neil. July 14, Game 2 for Semi. Santa Elena will take Game 1, or the first game rather, against Signal. And then for a second match, PLDT against the Air Force. And the Air Force leading this one 1-0.
That went distance, 5-set thriller again, just
Yes.
like the preliminaries.
Ang ganda ng game na yon. Napakaganda talaga ng game na yon. The
Kaya
same way na maganda yung game natin ngayon. What can you say about that?
Well, you know, we expected this kind of extensions already. Bago pa man tayo nagsimula, we know that all of these teams are hungry to enter the finals round. Kaya naman, they will be going all out.
Now, Neil, we are 2/3 done here in the first set. Parang mas gutom dito yung Santa Elena. What's happening to Signal? How come they're a little bit flat here for our viewers who just tuned in?
Well, based on my observation, medyo nagiging tentative yung attacks nitong Santa Elena. Some miscommunication errors. Kaya naman, tumawag na ng reinforcement ito si Coach Dexter. Mark Espejo will make his first appearance in this game.
Agree with you, no? Tentative ang signal, ano? Parang nagkakapaan. And when you're in trouble, who do you call?
Mark Espejo.
Let's see if he will deliver instantly. But not that time. Bugawan says, ako muna.
Great response from the Signal HD Spikers. They're not yet out of it.
Yes.
Medyo malayo-layo pa ng konti dun sa 25-point mark itong Santa Elena. They can still catch up.
Isay, good serve there. They're down by 4. Natividad going to Almendras. On the other side, Mangulabnan to Marasigan. Ball hammers. The captain overcooking that one.
Outside, flat ball from James Natividad. He was trying to go off the block, pero sobra yung pagpalo niya doon.
The lead of Santa Elena, it's down to 3. Not a safe lead here. You mentioned that. Another over receive by Marcos this time around. He will not be lucky.
You cannot give a free ball to Mark Espejo. He actually won the second best outside hitter in that invitational league. So you can just imagine the caliber of players that we have here in the Philippines already na kaya na natin makipagsabayan sa mga ibang lahi.
Nakita mo, plucked out of the bench, deliver agad si Mark Espejo. Almendras using the left hand. Garcia off the block.
And from 4 points down, it's just a 1-point lead for the Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
17-16. We got this time out. Let's listen to Coach Ariel.
Tapos hindi naman nagana yung ball, okay. Isang magandang pasa lang. Mahina, hindi naman malakas yung service. Mahina lang. Oh. Ano gusto mong mangyari? Ano? Ano gusto mong mangyari? Kung paano ka doon, play 3 ka doon. Ipadulo mo yung receipt doon, i-isolate mo kay Vince doon. Si Vince nasa doon.
So we heard that from Coach Ariel, making it a very democratic huddle, asking Retamar what he wants and then suggesting along the way what they should do. But the first order is, have a nice first ball, please.
And you can see the trust talaga na binibigay ni Coach Dong de la Cruz dito kay Retamar. He gives him the authority to set up his own play,
yes,
depending kung ano yung nakikita niya sa loob ng court.
But they don't need to set up a play there. They got lucky with a service error coming from Signal.
Careless error on the side of the Signal HD Spikers.
Now, ulitin natin, Neil, you mentioned in their first meeting, Santa Elena, they got sets 1 and 2. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
Before Signal got set number 3, and then Santa Elena walking off with a 4 sets victory, getting set number 4.
Napakaganda ng pinakita ng Santa Elena that time. Everybody was really contributing.
Ooh, look at that. Marasigan floating in midair.
And you have to give credit also to Vince Mangulabnan. He fooled all the blockers of Santa Elena as he gave that ball to Isay Marasigan in the back row.
He wasn't even in the frame, and then slowly he comes out of that left corner frame.
Setters will also play a crucial role as they orchestrate the offense of their respective teams.
Almendras not wasting the great dive by Marcos for the first ball.
No coverage on the side of the Signal HD Spikers. That was actually a good block touch. But the defenders weren't ready.
19-17, Ball Hammers up by 2. A shaky 2-point lead for Santa Elena. Good serve by James. It's an ace.
Now, again, lumamang na ulit itong Santa Elena. Kanina 4, ngayon 3 naman.
20-17. 3 points already for the captain. Sleeper serve there. Mangulabnan setting up Marasigan. Good dive by Marcos. Good dive on the other side by Espejo. And it just went right for Isay.
Now the lead is back to 4 points for Santa Elena. But the effort of Ricky Marcos off the floor, you really have to commend him.
Now I have to be careful. I might call him Ricky Martin because of that nice smile there by Marcos. Kidding aside, guys, just having a light moment here with Neil. Meantime, Espejo.
From the back row, when you need a point, dial number 15.
And you'll reach Mark Espejo. 21-18. That deserves another look, Neil.
He was against one single blocker.
And when he curls those legs and prepares for that hit, scary. Retamar setting up Almendras. Garcia tried to go to the back. Almendras seeing a campfire. It's good.
Again, it's the lack of coverage from the Signal HD Spikers ang nagbibigay ng puntos dito sa Santa Elena. That has happened twice or thrice already in this first frame.
Crucial talaga yung coverage sa back, no? Especially for those drop balls. Ball Hammers up by 4. Mangulabnan going to Garcia. Cross court, corner is good.
Rexental will come back in for the first time pala. He will be replacing Anjo Portierra in the middle.
Now you got Intal, Marasigan, Espejo.
Full Atenean front line. Sila din magkakasama nung nag-champion sila sa UAAP.
Retamar going to Camposano. Three-headed monster at the net. What's the verdict? And there will be a conference between first referee Velarde and second referee Javier.
Santa Elena is calling for a net violation on one of the blockers. Pero ang sinasabi naman ng Signal, bola daw yon. So the point will be awarded to the Signal HD Spiker. That's a good call.
Let's check it, Neil.
Yeah, I think it's the ball that hit the
net. Okay. 22-20, 2-point lead for Santa Elena.
Now we will resume play. 2-point lead for Santa Elena. They're still trying to appeal that point, but hindi papayag ang ating first referee.
And Coach Ariel even had that short chat with second referee Roberto Javier, but the decision remains. Now, that kind of threw off Santa Elena in their momentum. Nawala sa kanila bigla. Let's check in with their huddle right now.
Hindi ganda mo lang iset. Pilitin mong ganda niya.
Lamang pa rin tayo, pre, ha?
Ha?
Lamang pa rin mga lamang.
Pag maganda rin siya, may...
Awa, hindi. Pumasa mo na. Pasa mo na, awa.
Ay, go!
Yung sabi na nga gumagalaw, wala yung maniwala doon.
And you could overhear it. They're still talking about that last sequence.
Well, you know, sa mga ganitong kinds of calls, wala ka na rin naman magagawa. So all you need to do is focus on getting the next point. Kasi kagaya nun, I think na-off sila bigla.
Nawala, di ba? Oo.
Dun sa attack error ni Edward Camposano.
They got thrown off. Mangulabnan. Good thing for Santa Elena. They could latch on that service error. 23-21.
We're just reminding our live audience to please turn off your flash if you're in the arena.
Yes, if you're here. We don't mind you taking photos and videos of Neil Flores here, but just remove those.
Dahil nakaka-distract po sa ating mga manlalaro.
Uh-oh, they returned that service error. Daimil shaking his head after committing that service error.
Very close first set we're having here.
This has the makings of an extended set, Neil. Something that you and I both like. 22 serving 23. Camposano. Chance for Signal to tie.
Good coverage from Sumanggid and Jude Garcia from the back row.
And we're tied at 23, Neil. We are tied at 23, and we're just in the first set.
Just in time. When Mark Espejo was injected in the court, as now Rex Intal, iba pa rin kasi yung confidence ng mga tao sa loob ng court if they know they have a heavy scorer
Yes.
na kasama nila. But they throw that one away.
And Garcia immediately apologizing to his teammates because he knows the impact of that service error. Now Santa Elena is at set point. Now let's listen to the huddle signal.
And he said, 20, si Rex. Ito si Isay. Sino dito?
Si Mark.
Si Mark. So again, pwedeng back quick, pwedeng quick. Si Isay atras, tres kaliwa.
Okay, got it.
Pag nadala yung gitna, single block kay Mark, pwede kay Mark. Bahala ko kayo na may bibigay. Pero kailangan sa gitna. Go, let's go.
Gitna, mahina gitna.
Very deliberate are the instructions of Coach Dexter.
Yes, that was very technical. He wants a combination play from the middle.
Yeah.
Tres kaliwa daw. So there would be a person who would go for an A-quick. Then suddenly Isay Marasigon will fly in from the middle. Or they will go to Mark Espejo.
But those will only or can be done if they get the good first ball. First things first, Retamar will be serving for Santa Elena.
Good thing they have two good receivers in Espejo and Manuel Sumanggid.
Look at that combination play. Was it on point?
Yes, that was really on point. Perfect reception from Manuel Sumanggid. Perfect set from Vince Mangulabnan. And a wonderful finish from Isay Marasigan down the middle.
Deceptive combination play providing a lot of airtime and airspace for Isay. We go to extended set here in set one. Retamar. Natividad rejected.
Triple block, triple tower from the Signal HD Spikers. Now they grab the lead and they're at set point.
25-24, HD Spikers up by one. Serving for the set is Rex Intal. Good first ball for Santa Elena. Natividad ties it at 25.
Rex Intal was already in the possession to dig that ball, but it was just too fast. Just like you said, extended first set.
Let's see who will take the lead again. Back to Santa Elena. They can grab the lead here. Almendras. Did you see that? He calibrated his steps and Coach Dexter asking for a double violation.
He will try to appeal that the set from Ricky Marcos was a double contact, but no go, says the first referee. Again, Santa Elena is at set point.
First referee Fernando Velarde on your screen says no, he was shaking his head. It goes to Santa Elena. Mangulabnan, set up job. Bugawan ties it at 26.
JP Bugawan of that be-quick play. Dito mo makikita yung risk factor when it comes to the decisions of the setters. Kadalasan, pag padulo na, they go to their highest percentage attacker.
Of course, diba dun eh.
But he risked that and they get rewarded with a point.
High risk, high reward indeed. Combination, Natividad, not that time. From the back, Garcia, nope. Marcos was there. Almendras again, stutter step. Espejo, soft one. Marasigan, soft one. Almendras, loaded. Chance ball. Mangulabnan going to Espejo. It's good.
I'm getting goosebumps just by watching that rally. The crowd goes wild, Cheeky. That's probably the longest rally so far in this first set. Signal takes another point. They're at set point, courtesy of that Mark Espejo hit.
These guys are just, ginagawa nila ng paraan eh. Magkamali man, and it still looked good from both sides.
Now, tingnan natin kung sino makakapagtapos ng first set.
Almendras ties it at 27. We are not yet done.
Like what I told you, Retamar will really go to Almendras, Natividad, and Camposano come the crucial junctions of the ball game. But Signal is at the advantage. They will be getting a first hand on that attack.
Tied at 27. Chris Van Ponte will serve for the Ballhammers. Mangulabnan. They go to Marasigan, who goes to the back, and it's out. They're asking for a check ball. But no check ball, according to our first referee.
The bench of Santa Elena. They're good dancers din pala.
We've seen that, right? In that match against the Army. Let's see if Signal could tie. Mangulabnan. They go to Marasigan, the captain. And whoop. Wait a minute.
That's a good call based on my angle.
What's the infraction?
Santa Elena was asking na not over daw, hindi na hawakan ng blockers yung spike ni Isay Marasigan. But maybe we can have a second look at that.
Oh, it went over. Yeah.
It went over. I think it hit the hands of Almendras before it went out.
Based on what we saw, it did go over. Espejo with a service error. Again, the lead goes back to Santa Elena.
These errors can really make or break you. Lalo na't patapos na tayo. And whoever grabs this first set will really get the momentum coming into the second frame.
This is so tiring mentally and physically. 29 serving 28. One hand set. Garcia ties it at 29.
But what about that one-handed set from Vince Mangulabnan to Jude Garcia? That's not an easy thing to do. So everybody is contributing for both of these squads.
Ito yung saying sa Filipino Neil, ang kumurap talo, no?
Yes. They have to get these services in. Hindi na pwedeng magkaroon ng service error.
Retamar, quick one, nope. Mangulabnan, Signal can take the lead. Marasigan denied. And that goes out. Retamar had a good idea, but it goes out. Lead goes back to Signal.
He was too excited to get that point. He could have set that up to Ricky Marcos para si Ricky Marcos ang magsiset sa kanilang open spiker.
30-29, the HD Spikers are up by a point. Not a good first ball. Chance ball, chance for Signal to close set one. They go to Garcia, and they do, to the score of 31-29.
Jude Garcia stepping up to the call of Coach Dexter when it mattered the most. Signal will take this first set 31-29 rather.
31-29, my goodness. 32 minutes of action in set number one. It went Signal's way. We'll be right back.
One of the biggest contributions pwede ko yung maalay sa team is yung experience ko playing in different tournaments.
Kumbaga, sabihin natin, I lead by example. Papakita ko lagi sa teammates ko na lalaban pa rin kahit anong mangyari.
Sa court, hindi ko inisip yung sarili. As in, gusto ko inisip yung team.
You want speed, power, and athleticism? Catch Spikers Turf on One Sports.
A high-definition first set coming from the Signal HD Spikers.
They really blew Santa Elena out of the water. 18 attacks compared to the 11, although they committed more errors, 15. So, kailangan makakuha pa itong Santa Elena na mas maraming opportunities to attack the defense of the Signal HD Spikers in the second set.
That's 15 errors coming from Signal, just over half of the production, almost half of the production of Santa Elena. So, buti na lang bumawi sa atake talagang itong HD Spikers, ano?
That's correct. And actually, Santa Elena had every opportunity to close that first set out with the service errors committed by Signal. But, kinapos.
Now, let's see if Santa Elena can improve here in the second set, or will Signal continue to apply the pressure here on the ball hammers.
Now, Rexental and Mark Espejo will be starting out dito sa ating second set for Signal HD. Coach Dexter doesn't want to take any chances dahil kinabahan na siya dun sa unang set natin.
Pero yung pagpasok ng mga go-to guys, they were able to come back, or diba, in that game, in that set, and eventually salvage it. 1-1. Looking at that set, partner, no? Santa Elena even led at the second technical timeout, 16-12.
Actually, most of the time, apat yung kalamangan nila.
Tama.
But Signal really showed composure. Inisa-isa lang talaga nila until they got their own groove.
Now we're seeing a different Signal here. They're upbeat. They're jumping around. Now, what you don't want if you're from the side of Santa Elena is to see the energy just suddenly go down.
Yes, of course, energy will really play a big role, especially for this young collegiate team.
Combination. What happened there? Did Marasigan, 4 touches?
4 touches will be called on the Signal HD Spikers.
We're tied at 2. It's going to be Chris Van Ponte serving here for the ball hammers. Good first ball for Signal. Espejo goes to the back, and Retamar could only shake his head in disbelief.
It's really hard to block that kind of attack for Mark Espejo.
Kita niya, no? He followed that ball, saw it hit the line, and couldn't do anything.
And looking back at the first set, the 11 attack points of Santa Elena, I think, only came from the wings. The middle attackers, I don't think meron pa silang na pupuntos for Santa Elena.
Wow, that was all by his lonesome was Isay Marasigan, and he was looking at Coach Dexter, who was applauding and saying, yes, that was the right decision.
And Vince Mangolabnan has been distributing the balls excellently.
Unfortunately, in tally with a service error for Signal and Santa Elena, they needed that to stop the bleeding.
That's correct. 1-point lead for Signal HD. I won't be surprised kung ganito na talaga yung magiging trend natin.
All the way?
All the way. But you know, the live audience here is loving the action.
Net defense in place for Santa Elena. We are tied at 4.
That's also one of the key points to victory for Santa Elena. Minimize the output of Mark Espejo, and you will have a lot of opportunities to close this game out.
Tied at 4. Oh, connection is good. Bogawan delivers.
Peter Torres hasn't seen action yet for Signal HD.
Wala pa.
Wala pa.
Yun ang mabigat doon eh. And for sure, my son who is watching right now is wondering why his idol is not yet in the game. 5-4. Make that 5-5. Tied at 5 here in set number 2. Ball hammers. With the possession, Almendras will be serving. Marasigan had to recalibrate his approach, and it went out.
That's outside. Sobrang dami rin palang nakatutok sa ating live stream right now.
Go ahead, Neil, please.
So we want to greet some of our viewers. Josh Villanueva,
Hi,
Jem
Josh.
Ferrer, and Alfred Moore.
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Alfred. Thank you guys for watching on our live feed. And if you could please spread the word. Hope you guys could visit us here on Sunday.
Tag your friends in our live stream on Facebook. Tapos, dalhin nyo na rin sila dito
Note
this
sila
coming
ng live
Sunday.
din, diba?
Yes.
Please, please. And then if you're here, introduce yourselves to us. Let's have a nice chat before the game, during timeouts. We'd love to hear from you guys.
That's correct.
Tied at 6, not anymore. Lead goes back to Santa Elena because of that service error by Espejo. Ball hammers up. It's the turn of Daimil to serve. Garcia. Off the block. Ties it at 7.
Jude Garcia with a very consistent scoring output so far in this ball game. Kaya excited ako makita yung stat sheets later on.
That would be nice, no? Especially for people who like you, like me, who like we all like numbers. Tied at 7. Who will take the lead before we go on a break? And the lead goes to Signal because of that overhit from Santa Elena. It's 8-7 in favor of the HD Spikers. First technical timeout of set number 2.
Tatlong service error natin. Kailangan gawin natin ang paraan yung mga mali natin na yan, na tatlong service error. Kailangan control lang muna sa serve. Pag service ng malakas. Kakaintindihan, pero same target pa rin. Okay? Laging ready, sir. Laging ready, sir.
Guys, yung serve kanina, mali ko rin yung ano. Pero yung mga floater na serve, kung kaya nyo yung pasok nyo na. Target lang na dalawang corner.
Okay.
Kaya pag hirap na talaga, discard na lang muna. Depensa na lang. Hey, signal!
Awesome!
They're probably texting and replying to all our viewers from the live feed and agreeing that this is a nice game that they're witnessing right now here in Paco Arena.
Sobrang ganda ng ating venue for Spikers Turf. It's aircon. You don't need to worry about the heat outside.
Yes.
Yung heat lang sa bakbakan dito sa loob ang aalalahanin mo.
I like that. Yung heat ng bakbakan. Yun talaga yun. 8-7. HC Spikers up by a point. Good save by Marasigan. Espejo from the back. My goodness.
That was off a broken play already. But he was still able to get that through. Pure talent.
Signal up by 2 here, Neil. 9-7. And their awesome performance continues here in set number 2. Rejected at the net, but it goes out. Oh, wait a minute. According to the first referee, Fernando Velarde, Camposano touched the net. Oh, no. What's the infraction?
Yes. It's either not over call or a net violation. Now, a yellow card will be issued to the libero Ricky Marcos. Again, for all of our viewers, ang team captain lang ang pwedeng lumapit to make some clarifications. Now, a red card will be served.
Goodness.
So, the point will be awarded to the Signal HD Spikers.
So, Marcos has been assessed a red card. What happens to Ricky because of that? The point just goes to the other side.
Yes, that's correct. Because the first referee was right in front of that angle.
Yeah.
So, for sure, napakaganda nung view niya doon sa play na yon.
Ano ba yung infraction na Neil? Hindi ba umabante yung bola? Was it a net touch?
maybe we can...
The ball did not go over. I think that was the infraction there. And dama mo no, yung passion of Ricky Marcos, of all the other players, because this is the semifinals.
Yes. Lalo na't pag sure ka na good yung ball, but you can't do anything about it.
But you have to check your emotions, right? This is a very short best of 3 semifinals here. And you can channel it on such approaches like what Camposano did.
Gandang bawi from Edward Camposano. Now the tables have turned. It's now Signal who has a hold of a 3-point lead.
And if you're Signal, you don't want Santa Elena feeding off of that red card thrown to Ricky Marcos. Gusto mo ipagpatuloy yung pressure that you're applying.
That's correct.
Set up job here, Marasigan. And Isay acknowledges his error there.
Net touch will be called on the Signal HD Spikers.
And he was quick. Marasigan was quick to admit to it.
That was just a 2-point lead.
9 serving 11. Garcia. Marcos saving that second ball. And Intal knew it, that he touched the net.
That was too low also for Rex Intal. Hindi lang net violation, there was also a crossing violation that will be called on Intal.
Now that lead is down to 1 for Signal. It's so difficult to tell, Neil, at this point, who will get the set, who will get this game. Garcia! Just like a spear.
Grabe. Jude Garcia just keeping the pressure on the defenders of Santa Elena. Kanino pa yan? No holds bar, pure power from Jude Garcia.
Had to contort his body for that wind-up. Then the hit. Going to zone 5 was Camposano.
Bawi naman itong si Edward Camposano.
12-11.
Again, Retamar needs to include Ponte and Daimil in the equation because I know they can also score a couple of points from those A-quick plays and their running plays. Pero medyo wala pa tayong nakikita on the side of Santa Elena.
11 serving 12. It's still Camposano serving here for the Ball Hammers. That was slow. Service error.
That is something they cannot afford. Dahil if you go up against a powerhouse in Signal, 2-0, medyo mabigat yon. It's going to be a mountain to climb.
Loaded ace for Garcia.
He has been doing it all for the side of Signal.
Now they're up by 3, 14-11. 8 points already for Jude. Another loaded serve. Off the block is good for Almendras.
2 defenders tried to catch up on that one, but sobrang layo na. And that can be a good strategy for Santa Elena. You can just keep on hitting it off the hands of the blockers.
14-12. Signal up by 2. Service error coming from Ponte, giving Signal a 3-point lead.
Halfway na tayo dito sa ating second set. And Signal still has the lead over Santa Elena.
Not a safe lead, but a good lead for the HD Spikers. Coverage was there for Garcia. Espejo. Coverage as well coming from Camposano there. And still goes in for Santa Elena.
Good hit for Noel Almendras, not forcing the issue, just enough power to get it through.
15-13. HD Spikers up by 2. It's the turn of the captain to serve for Santa Elena. Espejo. Ooh, sometimes you don't need power.
And that was off the hands of a blocker of Santa Elena. Instant point for Signal as we enter the technical timeout.
16-13 HD Spikers up by 3.
Minsan nandito na yung blocker. Tapos hindi siya gano'n nakakapalo ng running short eh. Kasi nandito na, ilong mo na lang kaysa short. Okay. Diba, ilong mo na lang. Pero minsan pag nandiyan yung punti, gitna, lay 6 effective. Okay. Ha? Tuloy lang diskarte. Hey, tuloy-tuloy. Let's go. Tuloy-tuloy lang, tuloy-tuloy.
Hey, intensity pa. Okay. Let's go, signal!
Awesome!
Signal!
Wadin! Okay, pare, tara! Sakay na!
Oh, we got here Miss Mossy Ravenna, our tournament director. Very nice to have her here, always here, you know. But she changes her seat often to make sure that she sees us, she sees the players, and she gets to chat with our fans.
Of course, our ever supportive Mossy Ravenna and Sir Ricky Palu also. They're always here in the arena showing their support to our men's volleyball program.
And if you guys are here and you want to ask them questions and approach them, they'd be glad to have a chat with you. So please do visit us here at Paco Arena. Low hit. That was low from Almendras.
And that's correct, Chiki. They can also talk to us if they have a couple of questions regarding the game of volleyball.
Well, Neil would be glad, Mosh Cruz will be glad to answer that.
Pwede mo yung spiker mo. Pagkanahin mo yung tweaker mo. Okay? Wala. Anticipated na yung galaw natin. Puro nandun na sa dulo. Wala naman tayong spacing. Yeah? Pagalawin mo yung tweaker mo, paganahin mo para medyo lumog yung ano natin. Okay? O, sige.
Pasa mo na, pasa. Sakay na!
Kasama rin eh.
Coach Ariel mentioned, basa na tayo.
Yes. Actually, that was a good point from Coach Dong de la Cruz. Medyo nasisiksik na yung mga wing hitters ng Santa Elena. Always 2 or 3 blockers ang umaakit para sa kanila. So they have to get their middle blockers involved para ma-free up sila kahit papano.
You could see the face of Coach Dong, yung talagang alam niya, you're going up against the #1 team here and you have to have your A game from everyone. Off the block, it's good.
That's a good play from Retamar going to Daimil. It's about time he gets involved in the scoring department because when you have a good threat dito sa middle blockers mo, babantayan niya ng blockers ng Signal eh.
And you have to milk that, right? Keep on milking it until mabantayan yan. Mangulabnan saving that second ball. And Marasigan not wasting the effort of Mangulabnan.
Double substitution for the side of Coach Dexter. Owen Suarez and Edmar Bonono will come in for Isay Marasigan and Vince Mangulabnan.
4-point lead for Signal, 18-14.
He wants a full front line. If papansin mo, Chiki, almost all of the teams meron talagang double substitution para pag nasa harap, tatlo lagi yung attackers.
Yun yung style na ngayon, ano? And hirap if you're on the defensive side. There's a check ball, according to referee Fernando.
Santa Elena is still trying to play catch-up dito sa ating Signal HD Spikers. They're still 3 points down.
15 serving 18. Quick one by Bonawan, or Bogawan rather, was rejected.
Lifting violation called on the Signal HD Spikers. That was a good call from the first referee.
And Santa Elena is not yet, I mean, you cannot count them out yet here in set number 2.
2 points na lang.
Set up job, quick one this time around, they connected.
The passing of Manuel Sumangid is really impressive. And I would say he's also a potential national team member.
Yun yung importante talaga, having that nice first ball there. Bugawan. 3-point lead for Signal. Bonono's turn. Back to the blue and yellow. Camposano scores and delivers for Santa Elena.
Same strategy for Edward Camposano. And it has been very effective So Signal has to adjust their defense at the backcourt. Lalo na't alam natin pinapatama na sa kamay. So kadalasan, sobrang layo ng tapon ng bola sa likod ng court.
Kailangan may depensa ka, no? All the way
Somebody
to the
has
back.
to be ready. That's correct.
Garcia. And again, I love that. You know, I would see Camposano doing that stutter step, making sure tama yung approach niya.
Now back-to-back point for Edward Camposano. Now they only trail by 1 point.
Wow.
No safe lead. This is what happened a while ago in the first set. Baliktad lang.
And for those of you who failed to see the first set, it went, hindi naman ganun kahaba po, 31-29 lang. Garcia, it's out, and check this out, Neil. We are tied at 19.
Regular rotation. Ang ibabalik ni Coach Dexter, Isay Marasigan, and Vince Mangulabnan.
So this is a nice run here by the Ball Hammers to tie it at 19. Retamar will serve. Good serve there. Marasigan, tinan mo, no? Binalik sila bigla and they deliver.
The team captain, of course, showing consistency for Coach Dexter Clamor. Yan yung hindi dapat mawala sa loob ng court eh. It's really the team captain because they are the leaders inside the court. Not just in terms of skills, but also in communication and all other factors.
Retamar going to Natividad, and we are tied at 20.
Smart decision from James Natividad. Not all power. You have to change it up. Give a different flavor to your attacks every now and then para mag-iba rin yung sequence ng depensa sa likod ng Signal.
Biniro pa niya si Mangulabnan after that. They had a light moment.
Oh, for all of our viewers, Vince Mangulabnan is actually a graduate of National University.
There you go.
Kaya kuya siya ng mga bata natin dito sa Santa Elena.
Now, Santa Elena has taken the upper hand 21-20. They were trailing most of the time in this set.
By 3 points or 4 points also. Now they get the lead.
Almost an ace there. Marasigan off the block, ties it at 21.
Are we going to another extended set?
I think you have to remove that question mark already.
We're going to an extended set.
Probably. 21 all. Jude Garcia will be serving for Signal. Loaded serve. Sayang, no? Na-save na yung second ball, but Santa Elena failing to score on that one, so Signal takes the lead again.
And these errors will be very crucial towards the tail end. Magkamali ka lang ng isa, pwedeng mawala yung buong set sa'yo.
It's tough when you're receiving the serve of Garcia, but he commits a service error, so we are tied at 22.
Benok Ancheta comes in for Coach Dong de la Cruz as a service specialist and the defender in the backcourt.
Ancheta will serve for the blue and yellow. Good sleeper serve there. Marasigan continues with his good work here.
Single block, no problem for Isay Marasigan. One-on-one against Daimil.
23-22. Signal up by a point. Rex will serve for Signal. That ball still alive. Retamar. Setup job for Almendras. Tabla tayo sa 23.
Ito na yun.
Extended ba ka mo?
Extended set.
It has the makings of an extended set indeed.
Signal will be on the receiving end.
So, I saw Marcus Peo trying to clarify something with the first referee, Fernando. And that chat is over. We now resume our match here with Natividad, James Natividad serving for the Ball Hammers. Mangulabnan, the back set, Garcia. Got rejected, but that ball goes out. Lead goes back to Signal.
We just need one good block to end this second set and take a two sets advantage over Santa Elena. But Coach Dong de la Cruz will call for time.
Let's listen in.
tandaan mo yung gagawin mong play, okay? Pasukan mo ng maganda, Iho. Yung kapanipaniwala para nasa dulo si Jake. Ay, sa maganda pa ka sala.
Okay, sige.
Kaya pre, yan. Kaya pa yan.
I love that huddle by Coach Dong. Told Marcos, ko na bahala. Okay, ko na bahala. And then, telling Almendras, sa magandang pasok, yung kapani-paniwala.
Yun talaga yung tiwala na binibigay ni Coach Dong de la Cruz sa mga veterano niya dito sa Santa Elena.
And I heard Ricky Marcos saying, okay, simple lang. You trust me? I'll say, okay, I'll deliver. But first things first, it's Marasigan who's going to serve. Santa Elena, they need a good first ball here. Set point for Signal. Floater. Retamar. Back to Santa Elena. Down the line. Was it a check ball? There was no check ball. It goes out and Signal gets this one 25-23.
The tables have turned. Now it's Signal's turn to get a 2-0 advantage over the Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
25-23 in 25 minutes. HD Spikers up 2-0. We'll be right back.
Sana makakuha kami ng mga magandang experience para makatulong sa amin.
Gagawin namin yung best namin para makuha namin yung goals namin na manalo.
Makikita nila siguro kung paano lumaban yung mga underdogs.
Hi, I'm Banjo Mondero.
I'm Jan Sumagi.
I'm Clarence Buen, inviting you to watch Spikers Turf on One Sports.
Now the tables have turned here in this first meeting in the best of three. Signal getting this one again, 25-23.
Again, it's the same trend. More attacks coming from Signal compared to Santa Elena. Better distribution from Vince Mangolabnan compared to Retamar. So, kailangan makapag-adjust na nitong Santa Elena and get everybody involved in the scoring department dahil sa blocks and aces, hindi naman sila nagkakalayo.
Now, looking at the errors of Signal, to think that they still committed double-digit errors there with 10, ano?
Imagine if they can minimize those errors, mas malayo siguro yung score nila.
Now, in that block department, my friend, or in the attacks department, bumaba ng kaunti yung attacks ng Signal, only because probably we ended it at 25-23, but Santa Elena keeping it there at 11, back-to-back 11 attacks.
That's correct. So they just need to score more of attacks, and I think they can extend this match to a fourth.
Yun talaga yun. And I hope you don't mind if Neil and myself, together with our other analysts, we provide you the numbers to see that numbers won't lie.
That's correct. I
Diba?
have to agree with that. And sa statistics pa lang, you would already know kung anong adjustments na pwede mong gawin.
Set 3 has begun. Signal up by a point, but not anymore because of that error by Rex. We are now tied at 1. Ito yung time na kung fan ka ng Santa Elena or the coaching staff, you don't want your players to bring those shoulders down and have those long faces. Yes, you're down 0-2, but reverse that thought. 0-0 naman nag-start ang set number 3.
That's correct. Pwede nilang isa-isahin lang ulit. If they get this third set, they can carry on the momentum and push for a fifth. So it's about really getting that composure, because I know that the players of Santa Elena can come back right in here.
But if you're on the side of Signal, ang gusto mo mangyari, if you're on that coaching staff, idiin na ninyo, get this first win in 3 sets, so the pressure will be on Santa Elena come game 2.
Of course, when you flex your muscles like that, dito sa side ng Signal
Todo mo na.
Signal HD, napakaganda niyang dadalhin in the second game. Dahil wala na rin sa isip nila na natalo sila nung preliminaries.
Yeah, tama yun. I agree with you on that. Off the block, HD Spikers get the upper hand here, 3-2. From Santa Elena, Neil, what are you looking for? More points from whom? Better performance from whom?
Well, it's Daimil and Ponti ang hinahanap ko in the equation, because I know that Daimil has a very deadly running attack, but they haven't gone to that area yet. So if they can manage to squeeze some points, it's going to be very crucial. That's still alive.
Good coverage at the back. The captain delivers. Tied at 3. I like also that other name that you mentioned, Chris Van Ponti. Parang wala pa, no?
Yes.
Tahimik pa siya.
If they can get involved, hindi malayo na makukuha nila itong third set natin.
Garcia, the bright spot. Hits it long. It's out. Now it's Santa Elena with the lead, 4-3. James Natividad will be serving for the Ball Hammers. Good serve there. Marasigan. Almendras between the net and the blockers.
There was a short gap between Mangulabnan and JP Bugawan, and Almendras just really took advantage of that one. Now they're up by 2 points early on in this third frame.
And you want this to continue kung ikaw ang team ng Santa Elena. Pile up these points right now, early in the match or in the set. But how do you solve a problem like Mark Espejo? How?
Di ko rin alam eh.
And I think that's a question that all teams have failed to answer, no?
Well,
at least at this point. Oh, paano? Paano talaga?
Well, I think it's more on getting the timing right in the blocking department. Hindi mo man makuha ng solid block, as long as you have a good touch, tapos bumagal ng konti, that's more than enough to set up your counter-attack.
Gusto ko yung pinuntahan mo doon, Nila. At least have that chance, ano? When Mark hits that ball. Retamar had a good idea. Going to that side, but it landed outside, however.
We're tied again at 5 apiece.
Set number 3 action here with Signal up 2-0. Blue and yellow on the attack. Almendras gives the lead back to Santa Elena.
Well, kaya rin siguro Retamar is going to his wings dahil effective naman. Nakakapuntos naman sila. So, if something's not broken, why change it?
Why fix it? Exactly. 6-5, Santa Elena by a point. Almendras. Nice low serve there. Marasigan off the block.
It's their turn to take advantage of the blocking of Santa Elena dahil kanina pa sila pinupukpok ng ganyan ng mga attackers ng Santa Elena.
Pag maganda palagi ang first ball, 90+% of the time, Neil, for me, in my observation, putol agad yung rally. Walang rally.
Because maganda yung combination play ang mangyayari.
There's a whistle here. It was a net violation, I think, called against Almendras.
I think that was a crossing violation because
crossing.
he was in the back row. Tumapak siya sa attack line natin, and that's not allowed if you're going to go up for an attack.
So that lead, or that point goes to Signal 7-6. And then they return it with a service error. We are tied at 7. Ponti is back for Santa Elena.
So it's Camposano, Retamar, and Ponti all in the front line of Santa Elena.
Nice low serve there. Mangulabnan. Setup job for Garcia. Picture perfect setup there, and Signal up by a point, 8-7. As we go to the first technical timeout of set number 3.
Walang problema sa 8. Kasi part talaga ng play natin yun, hayaan nyo sila mag-adjust. Ang problema, hindi pa nagpapagtagpo kayong dalawa. Minsan nababa yung set, minsan nahuhuli ka. So kailangan magtagpo talaga kayong dalawa para maayos natin yan. Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go, boys! Nice shoot!
Hey, signal! Signal!
Chris Van Ponte, you mentioned this, Neil, that Santa Elena, they need his production. And he has been sent back in by Coach Dong. But he'll be going up against Marasigan, Intal, Espejo, Mangulabnan, and the rest of the Signal HD Spikers. This is your semis match between Signal and Santa Elena. Game 1 of their best of 3 for your Spikers Surf 2019 Reinforced Conference here on One Sports.
This is just game 1 of the semifinals. The Air Force won against PLDT in 5 thrilling sets earlier. And now Signal is up 2-0 over the Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
I was shaking my head after seeing that last exchange. Three-headed monster, Marasigan, Intal, Espejo.
And yan yung sinasabi ni Coach Dong de la Cruz. Masyado nang nasisiksik si Edward Camposano with a triple block. So, kailangan i-spread out palalo ni Retamar itong mga bola niya.
10-7, 3-point lead for Signal. Santa Elena calling for this ceasefire. Let's check in with their huddle.
Saan niya ko sana na yung set? Okay. O, kaya pa kumabal yan.
Kaya pa!
Isang patay lang. Para pag ano, makahabol tayo. Okay, malakas yung harap nila eh. Gawin mo ng paraan. Okay?
Sige, ganun. Hindi mo sige-sige sa doon. Parang may
Hindi na nila sinasamahan yung figure mo talaga.
Ay, tara, eh, sa Dena! Sasahin mo na!
I like that latter part of the huddle of Coach Dong, reminding players yung quicker mo, hindi na sinasabayan eh.
That's correct. Yung sinasabi ko, if you go exclusively to your wing hitters, hindi na e-effortan ng mga middle blockers ng kalaban mo yung gitna mo.
Wala na.
So wala nang threat. Kaya naman, established na lagi yung block ng Signal HD against Edward Camposano.
Tatlo yung kanina that we saw there, Neil. Retamar. They go to the back. It's out. Good read from Jude Garcia.
Nothing working on the side of Santa Elena. Errors starting to pile up. And these errors, ito yung mga careless.
Yes. Na pwedeng i-avoid, ano?
Leo Aringo will see his first action here in the ball game, replacing Edward Camposano.
11-7, 4-point lead for Signal.
Sometimes nilalabas yung mga players para lang makapag-observe sila muna kung ano yung nangyayari so that they can make their own adjustments. And finally, Ponti scores a point for their squad.
Naghahanap ka ng puntos sa gitna.
And nagsimula na. Hopefully, they get to milk more points from that area.
Or at least have, I like your point, Neil, where you're headed, no, with your analysis. A variety eh.
Yes.
It's already read and anticipated by Signal. 8 serving 11. Mangulabnan giving a variety of looks here for Marasigan.
So, you know, I really have to credit Vince Mangolabnan for his stellar playmaking today. Ang dami kanina combination plays na single block or even no blockers at all. So kadalasan, of course, we give highlights to the spikers.
Yeah.
But without the libero and the setter, wala ring ganong kagandang palo eh.
Huwag kalimutan yon. Over-receive here. And what does he do? Mangolabnan, he goes back to Marasigan.
5-point lead already for the Signal HD Spikers, looking to finish strong. And that's the most important thing when you close out the game. Kailangan mas malakas yung panapos mo.
And should they get this in 3 sets? No? Should they get in the 3 sets? That's a message sent loud and clear to the other side. That apart from quits na tayo with what you did to me in the elimination round, I am up 1-3. Should
That's
it go
correct.
the way of Signal?
That's correct. But you know, it's not yet over if Santa Elena would lose this game dahil best of 3 naman ito.
Yun ang maganda doon.
So all of the win-loss cards in the preliminaries, it won't matter. You have to throw away all of the statistics kung sino man number 1 or number 4 because it's not important. But that's a careless error from Ricky Marcos.
Was that a mental lapse there coming from Ricky? Third ball na yon? Or he really wanted to go high on the chance ball?
Usually, we really put it higher so that we can set up our own blocking pattern. Pero mukhang...
Hindi na pumunta sa kabila, ano?
Yes, that's correct.
7-point lead. It has ballooned already, but it has gone down to 6. Intal has been struggling from that department in this match.
Yes, he has been quiet for most of the time in this match. So si Rex Intal.
6-point lead for Signal, 15-9. And Bugawan connecting with Mangolabnan again. You heard that buzzer. It's 16-9. It's a 7-point lead for Signal HD Spikers as we go to the second technical timeout of set number 3.
Balik yung 18 yung dalawa. Ha? Para magpagtakbo kayong dalawa. Para next time gagamitin talaga natin. Transition, Ponti. Hey, transition, Ponti. Ponti. Hey, tuloy-tuloy.
Go! Hey, Signal!
On Sunday, we come back here in Paco Arena, Manila, July 14, Santa Elena and Signal HD, 2 p.m. Then PLDT versus Philippine Air Force at 4 p.m. with the Air Force leading the series 1-0. All games live on One Sports, but Neil and myself would like to invite all of you to try watching live.
Of course, this coming Sunday, catch the games live here at the Paco Arena. It's going to be 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Mauuna na po ang Signal against Santa Elena, and it will be followed by PLDT and the Air Force.
If you want to see them warm up, come earlier para makita nyo rin how our teams prepare.
And that's the perfect time to really chat with us because we're very open in discussing the sport with all of you. Kanina nga, Chiki, I was actually talking to the mom of Ranran Abdilla.
Oh, really?
She flew all the way from Malaysia just to catch our games live here.
Oh, fantastic. See? All you gotta do is adhere to the invitation of Neil and myself. There's a whistle. There's an error.
Lefting violation will be called on Vince Mangolabnan.
But at this point, Signal, they have the luxury of committing these errors because they're still up. Ponti. Sleeper of a serve there. Espejo delivers.
Easy point for Mark Espejo.
The lead of Signal up to 6 again, 17-11.
Double substitution for Coach Dexter again. Wendell Miguel and Owen Suarez this time.
Neil, 6-point lead, okay, manageable. But if you're Santa Elena, looking at the score, 17-11, you have to act now, as in right now.
Yes, and correct. Kailangan nila i-pump up ulit yung energy because right now, looking at their squad, medyo bumaba eh.
Retamar going to Almendras. Good coverage there by Espejo. And then everyone is just delivering here. Wendell Miguel celebrating that point.
Instant connection for Owen Suarez and Wendell Miguel. And sobrang sarap sa pakiramdam yon when you come off the bench because it's more difficult compared to starting out kasi less yung warm-up mo.
Pero minsan may mga ganung player, ano, parang microwave eh. Almendras going to the back and he was successful.
Coach Dong, time to call a double substitution. Benok Ancheta and Clarence Buen.
They're down by 6, talking about Santa Elena here, and Coach Dong, kita mo yung look niya, no? Alam niya eh, they're in a fix right now. They're in a funk as well. Combination, read well by Daimil.
Lifting violation will be called on the dig of Owen Suarez. Great single block from Daimil. What a time for him to come alive. They're not yet out of it. That's just 5 points. Kanina apat na habol nila.
Anything can still happen.
That's correct.
13 serving 18. Ancheta will serve for the Ball Hammers. Suarez setting up Garcia. There is a big donut there.
And the variety of attacks of Jude Garcia is really impressive. He can pound it really hard. He can go off speed. He can go for those cut shots.
You called that out. We began the game, Espejo, wala pa nga sa loob, di ba? Ental not also in. But Garcia just responding to that challenge and to that call. Siya yung naging leader eh.
Yeah, and he's proving to everybody that he's not just the secondary scorer for Signal. He can be their first option as well.
Sila nila Pertiera eh. They started that nice run by Signal. Suarez going to Miguel. Marcos could not contain it.
Daimil was too late to go up for that block against Wendell Miguel. That's 2 points already under his name.
The scary 20-point mark, Neil.
Now, medyo lumamang na talaga itong Signal HD Spikers. That's a 7-point huge lead here in the third set.
They need a point here. Talking about the Ball Hammers. Garcia off that block, scores again.
Again, it has been Jude Garcia doing the damage for the Signal HD Spikers. He is the hottest hand currently on the floor for Vince Mangolabnan.
Minsan that happens talaga. I'm sure it has happened to you, Neil. Paggising mo, paglaro mo, talagang lahat ng gawin mo tama.
That's correct. You will have your on days. Sometimes meron din talagang off days. Now whatever you do, parang hindi gumagana.
But for Jude Garcia,
definitely on.
Things are just falling into place for this young gentleman here.
And they're just 4 points away from sealing the deal.
In straight sets fashion.
Straight sets. And it's also good if you finish in straight sets because you can rest. Dahil fatigue can play a very big factor, lalo na if you reach extended sets all throughout. Kagaya kanina nung first game natin.
Yes. And take note, 2 days lang in between game 1 and game 2.
And may training pa yan tomorrow.
Yes. So really, these guys are working hard on and off the court. 22-14. Big leader ready for Signal at 8. Mangolabnan will serve. Maringo down the line. Now the window of opportunity for Santa Elena may be getting smaller and smaller. And correct me if I'm wrong, some coaches probably would be thinking of the next game already.
Yes, that's correct. Kaya naman, yung mga medyo bata na yung pinapasok paminsan pagpatapos na yung game to give them a little exposure.
And at the same time, para i-rest mo rin, ano? Yung mga go-to guys mo.
That's correct. Now, Isay Marasigan, of course, wanting to end this match already.
23-15, back to an 8-point lead for the HD Spikers. And the picture is getting clearer and clearer. Yung clarity ng laro ng Signal, it's definitely high definition right now. Punctuated by that ace by Garcia.
Now, Signal is at match point.
They say that the lucky 7 brings a lot of good things to a team. It's very evident right now. That one, however, was out for Jude. 24-16. Chance for Signal to close the deal. Net touch. While we have this short lull here, Neil, if this goes the way of Signal, saan tayo nagkatalo? Where was the turning point for you?
Well, it was really yung pagkawala ng energy ng Santa Elena.
Yun talaga?
So it was the intangibles more than the skills dahil we've seen them in their highest of highs throughout this conference, and itong itsura nila in this third set, I don't think this is the Santa Elena na nakita natin na nakatalo sa ating Signal HD Spikers.
I like your observation there. Combination? Nope, not yet. It went out. So Santa Elena hanging in there, down by 6.
Side of Signal, they just need one good pass.
Good first ball. And Espejo ends it 25-18. Not the most powerful hit, but effective nonetheless.
Now, Signal HD Spikers gets back at their tormentors after winning the game 1 of the semifinals in straight sets.
Our final score, 3-0, straight sets fashion for Signal, 31-29, 25-23, 25-18 in that third set. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Tapos bati ka sa Pangasinan sa Mando naman. Kuya, baba na konti volume. Yan ang purpose mo ngayon, 13. Good job. Okay yan. Mic test, we're good. Signal HD Spikers winning in straight sets kontra po sa Santa Elena Ballhammers, and we have our best player here, Jude Garcia, 13 points. Jude, kwentuhan mo muna ako. Nung unang pagtatagpo ninyo, nung elimination round, nung preliminaries, naunahan kayo ng Santa Elena. 2 sets agad yung nakuha nila. Pero dito sa game na to, iba yung Signal HD. Anong sinabi ni Coach Dexter? At paglabas nyo rito, you guys were ready in your semifinals match.
Siguro po yung emotions namin, mas kinontrol namin kaysa yung nung last preliminary na game namin sa kanila. Parang sobra yung emotion namin. Gigil kaming pumalo, mag-score, lahat, ganun. Parang yung napunta sa lahat sa error, parang ganun nangyari sa amin.
Nag-start yung game, hindi nag-start si Mark Espejo, kayo nila Pertiera ang nag-umpisa dito and then you continued with that match. Sa tingin mo ba mapapagpatuloy mo to in game number 2 sa linggo?
Siguro po kasi nag-i-ensayo naman kami, tsaka lahat naman po kami nagko-contribute sa team. So yun, pag-i-ensayo pa namin yung mga kulang namin na sa game na to, kaya watch out lang po.
Anong aasahan namin sa linggo? Tatapusin na ba ng Signal ang serye nila kontra Santa Elena?
Siguro tatapusin na po namin kasi hindi na namin pwedeng bigyan ng chance yung Santa Elena kasi ano sila kumbaga malakas din sila, so paghahandaan talaga namin.
Jude, ang mga best player dito binibigyan namin ng airtime. Pagkakataon mo na batiin lahat ng humahanga sa iyo, lahat ng mga kababayan mo sa Pangasinan at lahat ng humahanga sa Signal at Spikers Turf.
Sa lahat po ng sumusuporta sa Signal management, maraming salamat po sa sumusuporta po sa amin. Huwag po kayong magsawa, tsaka sa fans po sa Pangasinan. Hello po, tsaka sa nanay ko po, sa tatay ko, sa girlfriend ko. Hi!
Our best player, Jude Garcia, congratulations. Now, balik tayo kay Neil Flores for the highlights of this match.
Signal draws first blood in our best-of-3 semifinal series. We have a new top scorer for the Signal HD Spikers, Jude Garcia, with 13 huge points. Now they get over their loss against the Santa Elena Ball Hammers in the preliminaries with a statement win, a straight sets victory over our Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
You're talking about set number 1. My goodness. We had to wait for 32 minutes before finding out who got it. Signal got it in set 1.
Again, they just really out-attacked Santa Elena, 18-11 in that extended first set. Ganun din ang nangyari nitong second set. More attack options for Vince Mangulabnan as he played a stellar playmaking for the Signal HD Spikers.
But from here on, Neil, they got this one 25-23. In spite of the many turnovers or errors rather of Signal. But you notice dahan-dahan nang bumababa yung mga balikat ng players ng Ball Hammers.
And you know na yung kakulangan sa pag-involve ng middle blockers ng Santa Elena really had an advantage for the Signal HD blockers, as we could see in that slow-mo. A lot of triple blocks and double blocks over for Signal.
And in that set number 3, it was all business for Signal. They got it in straight sets fashion.
They outscored the Santa Elena Ball Hammers in all of those departments, and they clearly played better today.
Now look at that, in spite of the many errors there, pero yung attacks, no? Just on point for Signal. So they get game number 1. They lead it 1-0. Let's visit our bracket here.
Now Signal leads the series 1-0, and the Air Force also leads their own series 1-0. We will be back this coming Sunday here at the Paco Arena for our game 2.
And speaking of July 14, Sunday, mauunang maglalaro Santa Elena versus Signal at 2 p.m. PLDT Home Fiber Power Hitters against Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers at 4 p.m. All games live, but we're inviting you to join us here in Paco Arena. And that's it for my partner Neil Flores. This has been Chicky Reyes saying thank you very much for watching and supporting the Spikers Surf 2019 Reinforced Conference only here on One Sports.